Hey, it's me. I'm not coming in tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks. I'll talk to you later, alright?
This isn't going to work. You can't fix this one. Worse, I even tried. It's so broken, no one would even want it fixed. You know what they say? It's no use.
Not to me, it isn't. Okay, I gotta admit, as creepy as that little teaser was, it had me giggling the entire time I was putting it together. With that out of the way, hello everyone, EBZ379 here to give you a little update on the happenings of Story Surgery. Yes, I will be tackling Sonic 06 as my next big episode. A lot of people, both publicly and in direct private messages, have been asking me to tackle this game in the Sonic series. I suppose I did a good enough job with Sonic Forces that people are curious on how I would tackle this infamous entry. I mean, the Sonic Forces episode has like 2,000 views and whatnot, so it's... Huh? 4? What do you mean 4? Hold on. What the heck? When did that happen? I got 89 subs since the Secret of Nim episode? Okay. Thanks. Thank you all for being the awesome people that you are. Someone's been sharing my stuff and brought new people. Hi, new people. Hope everyone enjoys their time here. Wow, okay, back to the update. I will let you know that when this update is going live on the channel, the script for the Sonic 06 episode is roughly 28 pages long, and I'm not even done writing it yet. Help! Apart from that, I do have a game plan for the next 5 videos that will be surgeries on the channel. While you already know that the next one's going to be Sonic 06, here's a graphic of what each video will generally be about. In no particular order, here they are. I'm sure that most could probably guess what the media is that we're going to be talking about, but the question is, do you have an idea of what about these particular things we could be talking about? Have a guess? Let me know. So let's talk about some other stuff going on in the EPZ and Story Surgery world. Yes, the Discord server idea is still coming along. I've been working on getting certain things in order before making it available, and in regards to availability, it's most likely going to be an invite by request type server. I really want this to be a place where people can come and discuss and workshop stories of other mediums as well as bring their own ideas forward, and making it public could invite those who have no intention of using the space as intended. I've been thinking about this quite a lot, and I just want to make sure that I can get it right. Thank you all for understanding, and here's hoping that the server will be available in the near-ish future. There's been a bit of a dry spell in terms of my availability to post content regularly, and that has a lot to do with the fact that I am going through a lot of personal things right now. Projects I'm working on in conjunction with other creators online, working outside the internet space, general quality of life shifts that I've been going through. I do my best to try to keep people up to date with what's going on, both with the channel as well as myself, and I want to get better at doing that. Granted, the everyday sort of mentality is probably more suited for something like Twitter or Instagram if I ever really get around to using it. And I want to keep Story Surgery as a channel focused on the concepts and ideas that I set forth with this particular channel from the beginning. One thing I will be doing fairly soon, in the near-ish future, is starting a podcast-like situation going on with this channel. The videos themselves will very much kind of be in the same vein as the other videos that I do for this particular channel, but it's going to be focused on a one-on-one or maybe a group conversation between other story writers, friends of mine, other content creators, and we just sit down and talk about story development in mediums that are pre-existing, have yet to be released, or potentially talking about our own ideas. I've also had a couple of people asking me in private whether or not Story Surgery would ever be doing videos dedicated to reviewing media, and I have to say, not particularly. I mean, the podcast may dive into those situations where we're talking about things we have recently, seen, and give our take on the situation of what the narrative was trying to do in that film, show, game, book, whatever it could be, and talking about how much we liked it or how much it could have been altered to stick the landing a little better with its plot. Again, like I state in my channel trailer, this is not a series of videos dedicated to saying this thing is just flat out bad or this thing is just flat out good. I like talking about these sorts of things and getting people to also talk about what the positives and negatives of these things are, how we can learn from the positives to help us become better writers and crafters of stories, as well as learn from the negatives and why they are negatives. How can we try our best to either hone in on what makes it so these things are negatives in terms of the story that was being crafted, unexpected, or are they things that need to be avoided entirely, or were they just placed in the wrong area? Speaking of podcasts, by the way, another fun thing that I'd like to take the opportunity to throw your way is the fact that a good friend of mine, Kristjan K, does a handful of different podcasts as a part of his series, Kristjan K's Podstravaganza, as well as supplying a voice to one of the characters in his podcast series, Max Landis Wrote a Bad Screenplay. I was also on one of his podcasts entitled The Games We Love, where, for 2 hours, the two of us talk about one of my favorite video game series, Klonoa. You can find Podstravaganza on a bunch of different websites that host podcasts. I'll post a couple down in the description below. They're a fun thing to have listening in the car or just while you're doing other things, and we enjoy doing them. Go show Kristjan some love. But, yeah, I guess that really comes to the end of this particular update, I suppose. I'm sitting down reading this script and I realize I didn't have a metric ton to talk about like the last update video that I did. So, to recap, the next video in Story Surgery lineup will be focusing on Sonic 06. Once again, here are the 5 icons dedicated to the next 5 videos that will be happening after Sonic 06. The Discord server is still in the works. I'm just doing everything that I can to make sure that I can get it as to the T that I'm looking to make it to be. And somewhat in the near future, we're going to be doing a podcast-like situation on the Story Surgery channel, talking about different kinds of mediums, different kinds of storytelling, all that jazz. Thank you for being a part of this community. To those who have been around for a little bit and share my videos around, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To the newcomers who have found these videos either by complete accident or by word of mouth, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy what we're doing here, and maybe we'll end up tackling something that you'd like to see a different take on, a different way to craft a story. It makes me happy that I'm finding other people who are interested in storytelling as much as I am. And hopefully, no matter which video you found me through so far, you continue to find entertainment, knowledge, and perhaps a little growth to become better writers, narrative developers, and storytellers. I'm EPZ379, and I'll see you for the next operation.